Hey everyone, welcome back to Limit Breaker Fitness. Monty here again. So today, I want to talk about how we can lose weight without slowing down our metabolism. Unfortunately, when we try to lose weight and we do it in the wrong way, we end up slowing down our metabolism, and that just makes life so much harder, especially when we're trying to reach our goals. So today, I'm going to talk about how we can avoid that. First things first, what is the metabolism? Well, your metabolism is every single chemical reaction in your body that's keeping you alive. So just everything that's going on in there, that's what your metabolism is. And in order for all of these reactions to happen, they need energy. Energy in the form of calories. Now, as we've learned before, in order to lose weight, we need to be in a caloric deficit. But if we're in too much of a deficit for too long of a time, we end up slowing down our metabolism. And when our metabolism is slowed down, we end up feeling tired, lethargic. It's hard to do anything because our energy levels are low. Now, how do we find this balancing act between being in enough of a deficit that we can lose weight without being in so much of a deficit that we end up slowing down our metabolism? Well, there's going to be 3 different things that you need to focus on. The first thing is, don't be in too large of a caloric deficit. I've suggested before on this channel that you want to be between 300 and 400 calories. That seems to be the sweet spot. As long as you're within a 300 to 400 calorie deficit, then you'll be able to gain muscle, lose fat, and not slow down your metabolism all at the same time. So, the first thing you want to do, make sure you're only within a 300 to 400 calorie deficit. So the second thing that we want to do in order to make sure that we don't slow down our metabolism is we want to make sure we stay in the weight room and that we continue to lift hard, and really try to progress. No point in going in there and just lifting the same weight you did 4 weeks ago, okay? Keep trying to get stronger while you're in there. As long as we do that, then we'll be able to keep our metabolism going and lose fat at the same time. Because when we lift, that's going to promote growth hormone, it's going to promote testosterone, it's going to add lean muscle mass, and all of those things they're going to boost our metabolism. So, number 2, lift heavy. It's a pretty basic thing, but it helps with almost everything. So the third thing we need to do is we want to make sure that we're not in that caloric deficit for too long of a time period. We want to break it up, and in order to do that, we're going to do what's called refeeds. Refeeds, simply put, are a day or two throughout the course of a week where we take in more calories than we need, and we have a surplus for that day or two. Now, don't worry. As long as you're in a deficit for the week, you will still lose weight. But if you do a refeed, you'll prevent from slowing down your metabolism. A lot of people do this through the use of cheat meals. I personally don't like the idea of a cheat meal. I like to make sure that everything that I'm eating is good for me and tastes good. So I just have an extra meal or something. But this one might be a little difficult to understand, so I've drawn up a couple of tables, and this is going to give you a nice numeric value to be able to visualize what I mean by having these refeeds is important for our overall progress. Here's the first table. Let's say we have an individual who has a maintenance calorie level of 2,000 calories a day. Their intended deficit is 400 a day. So they're eating 1,600 calories every single day. Well, that means over the course of the week, they're going to have a 2,800 calorie deficit. Now that sounds pretty good, right? Well, that's fine for the first few weeks. But after a while, you're going to notice something happen. Here's where the second table's coming in. This individual has been in that deficit over the course of a few weeks, maybe a few months. Now they've hit a plateau and they've noticed that they're not losing a lot of weight. Well, that's because their maintenance levels have gone down from 2,000 calories a day to 1,800 calories a day. You see, guys, if our body's not getting enough calories over time, it's going to go into starvation mode, which basically means it's going to slow down the metabolism and it's going to get more efficient at storing fat because your body is smarter than you are. It's thinking, hey, it's going to be very hard before I get my next meal. I need to store as much of this as possible. And our metabolism slows and our fat stores go up because it wants to conserve as much energy as possible. So to avoid this, what we're going to do is we're going to do those refeeds. So we'll do something like in this third table here instead. We have the same individual, 2,000 calories a day maintenance, and a 1,600 calorie intake per day. Except we have 2 days where we're taking in 2,400 calories, Tuesday and Saturday. So what happens is over the course of a week, we have a 2,000 calorie deficit. This 2,000 calorie deficit is way more than the 1,400 calorie deficit you see in this previous table because the metabolism doesn't get slowed down in this scenario. Those refeeds tell the body, hey, you don't have to worry about where the next batch of calories is coming from. Just keep doing your thing. And your metabolism will not slow down. So it sounds like, hey, I can burn a ton of calories or I can be in a huge deficit if I just only eat 1,600 a day every single day. But eventually your body slows down and your overall deficit will go down as well. Plus, when our metabolism slows, we feel weak, lethargic, tired. No one likes feeling like that. So, quick recap, guys. When you're in a caloric deficit for too long of a time period, you can end up slowing down your metabolism. There's 3 ways to prevent that. Number 1, make sure it's only a 300 to 400 calorie deficit at max. Number 2, make sure you continue to lift and strength train and try to keep improving in the weight room. And number 3, refeeds. Don't be starving yourself every single day. Allow yourself a little bit of grace, and in the long run, your body will thank you for it, and you will reach your goals better. Guys, if you found some value in this video, please do me a favor, tell a friend, hit the share button, like and subscribe. The best way to get all this good information out there is if everyone watching this just tells a friend. You tell a friend, they tell a friend, they tell a friend, and we can help a lot more people. And that's the goal of this channel. So, hit all those buttons, and if you're interested in getting a free training program, I have one linked down below for beginners. If you need a more advanced program, or if you want to work with me one-on-one, then email me at limitbreakerfitnessllc@gmail.com, and we can get you started with a training program, meal plan, and all that stuff. That's everything I got for you today, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.